I'm 34 years old now. When I was about 29, 30, I found myself working at a job just, headed towards the middle. And I was started to get depressed, very unmotivated, uh, disenchanted, whatever you want to call it. I just really didn't want to do it anymore. Like the whole just working a 9 to 5, which I've only been doing for a few years. Um, because before that, I'd just been selling weed for like 6 years. So I was like trying to be normal, trying to figure out if I could even do that, work a normal job, blah, 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 live in normal society, succeed in that path. And I mean, I was to a certain extent, but just like saving up to buy a house, which seemed increasingly more expensive. Um, it just didn't seem like the right way. And I just got to a point I was feeling very low and just becoming lethargic, resentful, jealous of people I saw online that were seemed to be doing great. And I realized I was like, all right, got to cut that out. I just turned off the internet and basically no distractions except for just work. Um, I let myself listen to some classical music sometimes, a little bit, and then went to the gym and I read like one book, and that's what I did for like 2 weeks. Just removed a bunch of distractions, and then it was Fourth of July weekend, and I took 4 days, and I just went up into the woods, and I just slept in my car, went hiking, bathed in the river, and just read, chilled out by myself, and I had a really good time. And despite the fact that I got caught in like a lightning storm on top of a mountain, which was pretty sketchy. I got a migraine the day before, like about 10 miles into a hike, which was also pretty sketchy. I just had to ran into someone that gave me some Advil, and then I just fell asleep in the woods and woke up and it was getting dark and had to run on out of there. Luckily, my migraine had gone away. I just had to run down before it got too dark back to the car. So I actually ran into all these problems, but despite all that, I had a good experience, and I realized that I didn't need very much to be happy. And during that trip, I just decided to quit my job, sell my car, um, get rid of most of my stuff, and I put my remaining stuff in storage. I basically just kept books and some clothes and some pieces of art, and I bought a one-way ticket to Guatemala. I mean, I finished out my work. I didn't just abandon it. Like I had responsibilities. Uh, I told them when I quit. They asked me to stay on for the end of the year. I did that, but I was committed. And just committing to this decision made me feel a lot better. I'd been very scared, concerned, fearful about what I was going to do in the future, how I was going to live, support myself, meet certain goals or certain society baselines of what was expected of me, I suppose. Um, but I didn't want to just go get another job. Like I wanted something real or something deeper, if you will. And so yeah, I decided to quit my job, and that made me feel better immediately. Just deciding to that action, just deciding to take action, almost completely made me feel better. And then when the time came, got all my stuff in storage, put everything in a backpack, and got in the flight. Went to Guatemala, went to a few countries. I went to Guatemala, Belize, Colombia, Argentina, Chile. I took a last minute cruise to Antarctica, which was pretty cool. I spent a good chunk of my traveling funds doing that, but I was just like, whatever, I will, if I have to go back and just work a whatever job doing manual labor to get some more money and then hit the road again, I'll do that. But one of the most interesting experiences I had during that trip was I did a 10-day silent meditation retreat in Argentina, where you just sit there and meditate for 10 hours a day in silence for 10 days. So 100 hours of meditation in 10 days, which was quite a trip. And I didn't do that for any real spiritual reasons. I did that for like a personal challenge, a mental challenge. I wanted to see if I could do it. I wanted to just be able to sit in the uncertainty. I was 30 years old. My future was unknown. I didn't have a college degree. I didn't have a job lined up for me. I didn't have an apartment, didn't have a car. And I just wanted to sit in that uncertainty and be okay with that uncertainty. And one of the main things that they taught in this Vipassana meditation retreat, I believe that's how you say it, was how everything you experience is just sensations on the body. You hit a game-winning shot in the NBA, that's going to manifest as a sensation on the body. You are betrayed by someone very close to you, that's going to be a sensation on the body. And if you gain more awareness and more control by giving up your attachment really to all this external experience and just focus on really the breath, pretty typical, and just gain this awareness that it's all just sensations on the body, which sounds pretty hippy dippy, but it's true, because I had a very good, I had a very interesting experience doing it, because I had ups and downs during those 10 days, and every single time it was all just because of what I was thinking. Like, there was times where I was thinking positively about the future, that would make me feel good. If I was fearful, I would feel bad. But if I just stayed in the moment, I was fine. It was a very peaceful experience. And I feel like that's stayed with me to a certain extent ever since. And also, another thing about that is that I think it's absolutely important that you become good with yourself. Like, not to be dependent on, oh, I need this, oh, I need that, to feel good. I mean, it's a two-edged sword, because this can also kind of like coddle your ambition, because you realize I don't need all this external stuff to feel good. But this video is for people who aren't feeling great. You don't have any responsibilities. That was another thing I realized. Being single and not having any children, and I'm not taking care of any sick relatives, I have no responsibilities, really. I have no real responsibilities. All I had to do was keep myself alive and pay my cell phone bill, which I could manage that. And so I think you have to take positive action. You have to go out, you have to go forward, and you have to become good with yourself. Makes it a lot easier if you're getting good shape too. And just realizing that, like, you have so much freedom if you don't have shit. Like, you're depressed because you don't have anything, but you also have so much freedom, and you need to go out, be good with yourself, and make intentional action in some positive direction. Now, at the time, it was basically maybe a little bit more than escapism. That was a catalyst for me to go on and get out there. I wanted to just travel, but I was able to have much deeper experiences because I was willing to step into them. And getting in really good shape helps a lot too.